Sink your own coal pits. Won't it cost money? Would you know how?
Geology has always been a passion of mine, as you know. And there are numberless books in the library on all aspects of the subject, so...
It'll be ruinous. She'll pour good money after bad. She'll end up being obliged to sell all. You may own Shibden through your nefarious machinations. Oh, yes. But some of us were left a right to live here.
If the estate is run at a profit, Marian, as opposed to a loss, and the books balance, which they now will, then there's no danger.
Anne has just evicted one of our oldest tenants.
It was a kindness.
Is that how you'll fund your pit sinking?
He couldn't pay his rents. It was a humiliation to him.
Well, he has nowhere to live.
He has a family.
They treat him worse than a dog.
Well, then maybe he's never been very nice to them. Now, I need people who can farm efficiently. And if you are worried about the stability of your home, then your very best bet is to leave any sentiment out of it. And let me run things how I see fit.
He's nearly 80 years old.
And that's why he can't farm.
You come back, you change everything, then you'll just be off again in a week.
Mrs. Lawton doesn't want to hear this.
My only regret is that it doesn't go far enough as regards addressing the anxieties of the ordinary working men and women.
Miss Lister, how delightful. We had no idea you were back.
Well, it wasn't exactly the plan, but here we are.
Not until Miss Walker told us yesterday, and then we hardly dared believe it.
Miss Walker, I've heard so much about you lately. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Good. Has my sister been entertaining you all with her turgid and uninformed opinions about the Reform Bill?
Please forgive us for taking the liberty of calling on you before you'd called on us.
In the terms of the new Reform Bill, I find myself for the first time excluded from the franchise. By my sex.
What do you mean? Have you voted before?
No, of course not.
You see, I wouldn't put it past her if she had.
No, the point is women have never been specifically denied the vote before. Now it's written, or it will be, in statute, universal male suffrage. I have 30-odd tenants who may vote, but either landowner may not. Isn't that curious?
But surely that's always been that way.
A male £10 householder down in Halifax may also now vote, such is progress. But I have been told very specifically and very definitely that I may not. You may not, Miss Walker. And how many rolling acres and tenants do you have? Exactly. So many you don't even remember. And yet, no vote. Don't talk to me about progress. It's change that's unnecessary and entirely in the wrong direction.
Where have you been? I was on the cusp of sending the servants out looking for you. It's past 10 o'clock. It's pitch dark. You've been out all day. You didn't come back for dinner. No one knew where you were. I had to send for Dr. Kenny.
Why?
For Aunt Anne. She's had spasms in her stomach. Not helped by the fact that she's been in a host of miseries wondering where you were. Imagining you'd had your throat slit by a madman in the dark. Look up!
Are you all right? What happened?
Stomach cramps.
I was only over at Lightcliffe.
Yes, we didn't know that, did we?
Thank you, Marian.
You're impossible.
Yes.
You're ridiculous. You're so selfish.
Quite possibly. Now I need to talk to Aunt Anne.
Will you, in future, think about others whilst you're living here?
Yes, certainly. Thank you.
Right, good night. I am anxious that the whole thing hasn't been properly addressed.
Sorry, the whole thing?
Anne has assured me that in future, if she decides to stay out later than usual, she'll write us a note or tell us in advance.
It was only 10 o'clock when she came in, though, wasn't it?
If we'd known to expect her at 10 o'clock, this would be a very different conversation.
You see, you've heard about people who get knocked about and robbed.
As it was.
And worse.
As it was.
She used to come in at all hours.
I had Cardingley and Hemingway poised on the verge of going out looking for her.
I found her once at a lodging house in Halifax at 3 in the morning, playing cards
It's too
with
easy.
a bunch of reprobates from the 33rd.
Good Lord. That was a while since.
Perhaps you'd like to apologise to the servants for keeping them up.
I'm not apologising to my own servants. No one asked
The servants.
Oh, it's about that. Of course it is.
It's about respect for other people.
Whatever it starts off as, it always comes back to that.
No, it doesn't. Well, why wouldn't it? Now, am I supposed to take it lying down, the fact that my sister, you certainly wouldn't, has cheated me out of what is rightly half mine.
No.
You're going to have to let this go, Marian, for your own health. It's becoming an obsession, and it was never rightly half yours. It was entirely at Uncle James's disposal who he left the estate to, and we all know why he did.
I shall get married. I shall get married.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
And I shall have a child. Yes, really, a son.
Congratulations.
And one day he
You
will...
better look sharp about it, Marian.
You think I have no life outside these four walls?
Because you're no spring chicken.
Oh, you are sowing the wind hourly, daily, minute by minute, and you will reap the whirlwind.
Where are you going? You're not going to get married right now, are you, Marian? Good heavens, there's no stopping her. We better get the banns read.
You can sneer all you like, but one day I shall have a son, and he will have a greater claim to Shibden than you, and then, we shall see.
You're going to give birth to spite me. Well, I do hope this husband is someone worthy of marrying my sister and fathering a Lister.
Here will be a Lister.
Oh, I wish you and Anne wouldn't argue.
She's the one.
I know.
I shouldn't have said what I said this morning, but she just makes me so cross.